So we finally made it. It is the last day of school for everybody, which is awesome. And I'm doing my live from the car. Because sometimes things don't work out exactly as you think they're going to. Just yesterday, I decided to rip off the Band-Aid and announce on my Threads account, which I kind of feel like I'm secret in there, like nobody knows I'm there. But when a really good friend of mine responded, I realized that I'm actually not secret. And just because I'm not in there very often doesn't mean that other people can't see what I write. Anyway, so I announced that I was going to step out of my spiritual closet per se and admit just how much I enjoy what I fondly call the woo-woo aspect to life. So this week I was pretty excited to learn some new healing techniques from the beautiful Cassandra, and we were looking at assessing whether people had any kind of attachments or soul contracts or anything like that. And I very much enjoyed learning that and then practicing on some friends, myself, my family, and I've had some incredible feedback, and it makes me think that my direction will, as it ever and always does, evolve a little bit. So I've decided to be a little bit more open about just how much energy work I put into my products before I send them out the door. And also, it's really funny, there's cars driving past me, it's super distracting. Energy work that I put into the products before they go out the door, and the way that I really feel that they help connect us and ground us to, I guess, the earth that we live on. And I know how that sounds. Even in my head, I'm like, oh, you sound really weird and wacky. But you know what? It's the way I feel, and it's often some of the feedback that I get from the products. So there you go. Decided just to like rip off that Band-Aid and be a little bit more out there about the connectedness with earth and nature that I think helps us actually have find our most radiant selves. So there's that. And then also just something really practical. What do you do when it is so hot outside, and how do you maintain a little bit of decorum and not look like a hot, sweaty mess? So the goal for me and with the people in my community is to teach them to have such naturally glowing skin that they don't even have to worry about makeup, because that helps, because it often will slide off your face in this heat. And then of course there's the trickiness of going to the beach and what you do if you are someone that wears makeup. And so I thought that I would give you a few tips about that. So in summer I will share, I've got a downloadable thingy, don't know what it's called, I don't need to know what it's called because I've got someone amazing that does that tech stuff for me and I don't have to know, a little document that will give you all of my favorite products. And so I'll share that with you. And then of course I've forgotten that I've talked myself into a hole because I'm using a new product of mine that I haven't released yet and I can't really tell you about it. So that will be fun, but I'll try and work that out very soon. Watch this space. Don't forget, if you're not on the email list, you're not going to get first access. And so when I make a first batch of everything, because I'm doing everything by hand myself, the first batches are small until I really ramp that up. So if you are interested in getting access to products as they're released, and there are some good ones coming, get yourself on that email list. And when you go to the beach, so I highly recommend getting your eyebrows professionally shaped. I think it makes a huge difference, especially as we get older. It just gives our face structure. In fact, I went and got mine done this morning. And especially if you're fair like me, so I don't have mascara on, and you can see that my eyes are a little bit sort of disappeared here, but I don't care because it's Friday, it's my last day of shipping, and I don't care. But some people really do care. But if I go out, I always wear mascara, and in fact most days I do. So finding a really nice clean mascara, it is a little bit more challenging to find one that you can wear in the ocean. I personally can't get my eyelashes tinted anymore because I've developed an allergy to that. So I end up with swollen eyes for 3 days, and I'm sorry, it's just not worth it. I'm like not going to do that. In terms of how to have your skin looking glowy is just using a little bit of like a, what is the word for that? Like, oh, I can't think of the word. Highlighter. So I will share with you my favorite brands. And so I will just put that across my cheekbones. If I'm at the beach for any significant period of time, I will wear sunscreen, though you guys know that I'm not a massive fan of sunscreen all the time, only when I'm really in the sun for, extended periods. So I'm conscious of that, but I don't wear it all day long, and I certainly don't just if I'm walking around in and out and not spending a significant amount of time at the beach. But I can share all of that with you on if you just hit me up, remind me, because it's Friday afternoon, I might forget because I'm meeting a friend this afternoon to chat all fun things, and we've decided to have a margarita, so I might not remember after this. Only one margarita, but I would love to help you with that. And then Steph, I know you're in a very humid place, so that can be really challenging as well to keep your skin glowy. And I think that one of the things that we forget is people most often comment on my skin looking good when I've just put oil on my face and it's like shiny, because that shiny, glistening, dewy look looks really hydrated and quite beautiful. So I think not worrying too much about feeling that I don't know what the word is there, but just recognizing that sometimes the way we see ourselves in the mirror is not the way that other people see us. We have like a little bit of a distorted view sometimes. So using a face spritzer can really help just to have us feeling a little bit cooler. There's an oil that you can use to help reduce your body temperature. It's also helpful for people if they are in a perimenopause or menopausal, or even just a disrupted hormone sense, to help cool them down if they have hot flushes. So there are lots of different ways that you can really manage the heat and the humidity and still feel fresh and glowy rather than melty. But I would highly encourage not layering on a stack ton of makeup, because that is just never going to wear well in the heat. In fact, last Saturday when our market was cancelled, I met a beautiful lady on Friday night who told me that she had to do 4 women's faces for a wedding on the Saturday, and it was supposed to be 40 degrees or something. Imagine that. That's not the worst. I don't know how she got it to stay on. I'm sure she did, Kimmy, thinking of you. But it must have been challenging. But yeah, less is more always in the heat. Having the right products and just really working on having your skin looking fresh so that you don't need to wear too much makeup, and that you can then just dive in and out of the ocean and not be concerned about it. So I guess they are the tips. If you send me a message, I'll get that PDF sent to you about all of my favorite products. I will be at markets tomorrow. So Mona Vale, that was cancelled last weekend, is on tomorrow. So Saturday, all day. Can't remember what the hours. And then Thursday is Paddington Markets. So next Thursday, and then Dunskies. So today is my last day of shipping if you want things before Christmas. And in fact, I'm taking a bit of a break, but the gift vouchers are always there. They are digitally sent. Is that a thing? So that's available there as well. And again, if you live locally, come and visit us at the markets. But that is some thoughts around feeling fresh in the melty weather. And I look forward to seeing some of you at the markets in person. And we'll share that list with you a bit later on. So happy Friday. We got there. End of school for the year. Yes. Bye, everyone.